Yo.
Yo.
Yo, dude. As soon as we start,
Oh,
got knocks at the door. Isn't that cool?
got him. Better go take care of that.
Okay. Hold, please. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Happy Moviga Monday, everybody.
Austin,
It's going to be awesome.
you're a solo man for a moment.
No problem. I am excited to talk tonight because we are going to be discussing the very recently announced Game of the Year and the Game Awards nominees. So I might have to repeat myself a little bit, but Jeff Keighley went on live stream today and gave an announcement of all of the nominees for all the different categories at the Game Awards coming up in about 4 weeks, December 11th, I believe. So I'm excited. Lots of great games. 2025, what a year. What a year.
What a year, dude. Did you know that Tonys have to be connected to the internet? Me neither.
What is that?
Tonys?
Yeah, what is that?
It's the little box where kids can buy figures and put them on top, and they like tell them a bedtime story or whatever.
Oh, connected to the internet.
And I don't know why.
Interesting. Maybe they're spying on you.
Probably, but you know, we've had all these internet issues lately, which is quite annoying.
Yeah, indeed.
I need to see if I can get this real quick. And Boogie, dude.
Oh, Boogie 2988. Shout out.
Oh boy.
So, dude, I got this new chair.
Show
The new
us.
chair.
A new chair, huh? Yo, luxury. In the lap of luxury.
That's great. I was afraid. Just Bethy, what's up? The new Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Nice. Nice. The multiplayer looks really fun to me. I don't think I've played like a Black Ops game or any really much of any multiplayer that has like wall jumping and stuff like that. I guess does Apex have that? I'm not sure. Maybe not. But anyways, I am interested in the multiplayer. It looks cool. I heard the campaign wasn't great, but I was a big fan of Black Ops 6 campaign. I thought it was awesome. Hey yo, enter the arcade. What up? Welcome,
What
happy
up?
Moviga Monday.
What up?
What up?
Some of this. Okay.
When Steven is dealing with some Tony troubles.
Tony
Allegedly.
Troubles, dude. Tell you what. I need to go blow my nose. Okay. It's a rough night to be Steven. But I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's going to be worth it, guys. BRB, Austin, the floor is yours again.
Once again, let me take it away for you guys real quick. I got something special lined up. I don't, but it's okay. I get annoyed because I have to play one-handed. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. At least with the controller, like the controls are close enough to technically play one-handed, even though not optimal. But like if you were on keyboard and mouse, you wouldn't even be able to really realistically do that. One thing that's always nice about how about a guitar solo, bro? I don't even play. One thing that's nice about every Call of Duty release is that it always feels so perfectly optimized in terms of like performance. Like every Call of Duty at least feels good to play. Like the shooting mechanics and like the in performance in terms of like frame rate that you get, especially like in the multiplayer, always feels really good. So there's that.
Sorry.
Just kept cramping. I can imagine. Speaking of keyboard and mouse, hey yo, brand new. I gotta start only buying cordless because I can't stand it anymore. I got this Logitech G305 Lightspeed, and it is way lighter than my Logitech G502 that I've pretty much exclusively been using and buying, like when I have to replace one since 2012. I've been using that same mouse. I even have one over on my work computer right next to me that I still use, but it's corded. And then brand new. I don't want to unplug it because I'm afraid of complications, but boom, baby.
Oh, nice, boy.
Yeah. Well, I had a couple of reasons why I needed to upgrade, but the main one was that, like, the 60% keyboards, which I bought another one that's like 60, I think it's like designed like a 61% because it has the home, delete, page up, page down keys over here on the right side. No F keys was really bothering me. It's like such a pain. This one doesn't have F keys, but if you hold FN, you can access, it'll change your top row. So, all good.
Not bad.
Sleek and clean. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Feels good. Really good to type on as well.
You want a buggy, dude?
I do.
All right, me too.
Yeah,
Let's freaking do it, dude. Yeah, me too. Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's freaking do it, dude. Okay. Is it recording time?
Yeah.
Well, I'm recording right now.
Me too.
3, 2, 1. It's a bad clap.
No, it wasn't.
It's really bad. All right. Let's do this, dude. Welcome to the Moviga podcast, where we're talking all things movies, video games, and more. My name is Steven, joined today by Austin.
Greetings.
And that's it.
Oh.
Oh. Just the two of us, baby.
Oh. It's very empty.
It is.
On this panel.
Quite. Panel is...
What? No Brian, no Justin, no Asia, no Lee, nobody?
Skipping, dude. Playing hooky.
Probably playing video games or something.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like in the early to mid stages of a cold or something. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's quite.
Oh no! Do you feel it in your throat? Any dryness,
dude.
soreness?
Yes. Dry.
Yeah.
Drainage. You know, that
Mhm.
works. But I'm not gonna let that slow me down.
I love to hear that.
Thank you.
Sorry you're sick.
Thank you. Everyone, we got a wild show tonight. It's gonna be crazy. That's all I'm gonna say right now, dude. It's just gonna be absolutely crazy, dude. Before we get to it, don't forget to check us out at movigapodcast.com. Everything you'll ever need for any part of your everyday life is there. All the links. We'd love for you to join our Discord, be a part of the conversation there. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Moviga. Follow us on socials at Moviga Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. I forget how to talk. Follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all in places. Audio goes live every Friday, but we'd love for you to join us live over at youtube.com/@Moviga Podcast. Every Moviga Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to the chat. What up?
What up, chat?
It's all about the party. You know?
It is. Yeah.
It really is. And that's what we're going to do tonight. That's what we're going to live by. But before we get into the nitty gritty, it's top 3 time. Starting with Popcorn Austin.
All right, let's do it. So my top 3 of the week is a little slim. Just because I've really been playing so much Arc Raiders. It's really been most of my time gaming. There was a recent update that added a new map. Did some patches.
Fast.
Yeah, I know, right? So the new map showed up like in the docking screen or wherever before like where you choose to go, like your location that you want to raid. It showed up but as unavailable, and there was this live event that happened where it was kind of a collaborative thing where a bunch of players had to I think it was like they had to get to a certain score, like defeat a certain number of arc or something like that, and then it unlocked the new map. And of course, like the players way like exceeded the expectations of the developers and unlocked the new map like way faster than they intended. But it was all planned anyways to launch the new map with the update. So there's a new map which is way different from the other ones. This one doesn't even have any outside at all. It is inside it, this like giant underground factory and testing facility. It's like a maze. It is really hard to find like the extraction points because there's so many levels. It's very vertical. Like there's elevators and zip lines and staircases all over the place. And it's very dangerous. There's couple new robot types, and one of them is like a low level one called the Shredder. It is a slow moving, like trash can sized hovering robot that only hovers like a foot above the ground. And if it gets close to you, it will shoot off like these insane spikes in every direction. And it's it's basically a 1 or 2 shot kill. So and it's very armored. It's not fast at all. It's easy to avoid, but if you get caught in a tight space, there's not really anything you can do. The Shredder will get you. But yeah, it's been really cool. Some of the patches have been great. They fixed a lot of terrain issues, one including being able to like glitch out of the map. And that still can happen, but if it does, the game recognizes it and it will place you back onto the map safely where you clipped out and fell through the map. If it does happen. It's never happened to me. And then what did happen to me was another update or another patch that they put into the game is where if you get stuck on terrain or something like that, if you get stuck anywhere where you can't like jump out, like for example, I got stuck between 2 branches of a tree and my character couldn't crouch or sprint or jump or do anything. After a few seconds, a prompt came up and it was like hold E to unstick your character. I was like, oh, thank God, because I really didn't want to die with all the, like in the middle of a raid for no reason, like getting stuck on terrain. So it's nice, like just patches and a new map already after, only, I mean, has it even been a month? Has it been a full month yet since the game's been out? I don't know.
So.
Not
like
quite.
End of October. All Hallows Eve, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Yeah, so it's been really good. Aside from that, I've been playing. I saw, and I think we mentioned it last week. I saw Paul Tassie's like short list of 11 games that will probably be up for Game of the Year, and I was kind of inspired by that, and I was like, you know what, you're right, and I really want to play some of these games that I haven't played yet.
Mm.
And there are a handful of them that I definitely won't get to, especially one of them that is on a platform that I do not own. But I have been playing Hades 2 a
Nice.
lot. I got that on Steam like a week and a half ago or so, and it is really, really good. It is so much fun, and it's has that, like with these roguelikes or roguelites, you it can be really hard to shake off that feeling of, man, I just keep dying over and over and I'm not progressing. Like Returnal being, it's one of my favorite PS5 games, but it is so difficult and it's so hard to progress in that game because you don't keep anything. Like it's possible that you could go through a bunch of the level and just not keep anything when you die, and you actually just have to start all the way over with no progress at all.
Pass.
But in Hades 2, it is very different. You essentially bring something back with you every single time that you die, and have to start your run over, whether it be like a true upgrade or materials or resources to purchase new upgrades, or just even unlock other optional like boons or weapons, things like that. It feels great to play as well. It's really fast paced and fun. Most of the enemies are pretty fun to fight. There's a few that I really don't like. But yeah, I would say I've made it as far as the second level boss. I think there are 6 total. And it's difficult, but every single time I come back, I have something new. Like I'm either working towards unlocking something else to help me, or I am gathering resources in order to do that. And on top of that, there are like other kind of these like side quests almost, that you can kind of tailor your run to try and complete. And those have their own rewards that also help. So it's like every time you do a run, you're gaining something, and you're also making progress towards something else that just benefits you. It just feels really good. The whole cycle of going through that feels great. The soundtrack is great. The art style is really good too. I like this game a lot.
Did you play the
And
first one?
yeah, I did play it, but I never beat it actually. Which it's still on Game Pass, so I may go back and beat it at some point. But I'm just having a lot of fun with Hades 2, and it is like surprisingly so fast to get into the game. Like it took me off guard a little bit, but like when you boot up the game, it like immediately goes to the start screen, and you press start, and you immediately just load into the game. I don't know what it is like. When you start like Arc Raiders up, for example, you have to like, it takes a while to launch, first of all,
Yeah.
and then you have to watch that like intro cutscene just to get into the game. And then when you want to load into a raid, you have to watch another cutscene. But with Hades 2, I just like click start and I'm in the game already.
Yeah.
It's just very refreshing. It's kind of like, you know how like these games on PS5, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ghost of Yote and stuff, like the load times are just basically non-existent. It's like that.
Dude.
It's it's really nice.
Love it.
Yeah. Let me think for a second. That might honestly round up my top 2. That's really you
shoot.
know, one other thing I did
shows?
want to mention. I no, I haven't been watching Welcome to Derry because I'm having trouble with the login.
Oh,
For that. I don't have my own
forgot your
HBO
personal
account.
password.
Yeah,
Your
but
personal account.
a friend of the show, I lived in New York, hooked me up. So
Nice.
yeah. So I'll be able to catch up on that very
What
soon.
a guy, dude.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I would say the last thing would be I started playing Until Dawn on my PlayStation Portal because the update that they recently had unlocked streaming directly to the game's catalog or to your digital library. So we kind of talked about this a little bit, but now that you have this option of streaming games from your PlayStation Portal, you don't even really need a PS5 in order to use this, and it's really nice. Like streaming games, streaming will always have like its disadvantages over natively installing games, but at the same time, for what you're getting for the price that you're paying for it, in my opinion, is a quality experience. So. Yeah, I've been playing my PlayStation Portal a lot more recently just for that feature alone. But that'll round out my top 3 popcorn, Steven.
Segue into
I was hoping.
For listeners, I'm showing something to the viewers.
Ooh.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait. Oh, no, it can't focus.
It focused the reflection.
There we go. I think it has to be in the center. I have been considering the PlayStation Portal only because. So I got a Backbone, and was like pleasantly surprised at how good remote play is. Like. Obviously in the house, but also like, I don't know, we went on several trips where I took the Backbone and I was doing remote play like without issue. So I've been thinking like, oh man, the PlayStation Portal kind of is tempting. And I think even before they announced the update where you could just stream it directly to it without the PS5, I think maybe even before then I was texting you guys about it and being like, dang, it's only $200 compared to like the Switch 2 is like $450. All the other ones are like $500 or super expensive. I think maybe the Steam Deck is like $350 or $400 or something like that. But this is just like the cheapest, by far the cheapest handheld right now. And remote play is just pretty seamless, so I was thinking about it. Then they announced this update where you don't even need a PS5 anymore. So I was looking on Marketplace, and because they're like retail, they're like $200. So I was like, Marketplace maybe like $150 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this guy was selling the anniversary edition. I told my wife, I was like, I've always wanted an anniversary edition of something. Like PlayStation.
They sell out quick though.
Yeah, dude, the console looks sick. I would love to have a controller, but like even now, I look it up. I don't even know if you can get them, but they're like online for like $150 or something like that. So this guy was selling this one and gave me kind of came down on the price a little bit with it. And so I've been playing it. I think a lot of people get these and their internet just isn't great, or they just aren't playing it as much as they thought they would. I don't know, for whatever reason. But you can find them in Marketplace. But yeah, I've been playing it remote play, and it's been pretty seamless. I've been having internet issues lately, so I've had a couple times. Actually, I was playing Ghost of Yotei last night, and it froze during a cutscene. Like the first encounter with Saito.
No.
So I was like, oh my gosh. But the PlayStation's smart, and I like ran upstairs, turned on my TV, and it had paused in the cutscene. So I was like, oh, I didn't miss anything.
Nice.
But it's literally like, don't get me started on my Wi-Fi, dude. I don't get it, because hardwired, we pay for a gig. Hardwired is fine, but for some reason the Wi-Fi has just been so poopy. And I thought I fixed it last night, but I don't know. It's still messing up. Anyway, I think that's why my son's Tony isn't working. So that's really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I liked the Backbone, and Brian was like talking about like, oh, maybe I'll get one at some point. And I was like, I gotta tell you, if you get something like that, I would get a different brand of something with like better grips. Because the Backbone is kind of like the Switch and like all the handhelds, honestly, where it's just a flat rectangle. So yeah, this is just the DualSense with a screen, and the Backbone's cool, but like your battery, your phone, you have to rely on your phone battery.
Yeah.
And whatever. But anyway, the DualSense is a great controller, and for this to be able to use those, and
Yeah.
all the benefits of a DualSense, and it's pretty seamless. I mean, I was playing Ghost of Yotei, which was like, there's lots of combat in that, and there may be like a pinch of latency, like you move the joystick to move the camera, and it's like as opposed to just So like if you're looking for it, you're gonna notice it, but once you start playing, like I don't even notice it. And
yeah, it's easy. Yeah. It's like it's slight enough to adjust to after just a few minutes. But I'm glad you've been liking it. I'm really glad to hear that, because I was like, Steven really is interested in this. He wants one really bad, and even Brian is interested in getting one. Even him,
even Brian.
And I'm just like, you guys know that it's just a streaming device. Like, nothing is installed natively. I'm like, please don't expect this to be like a Steam Deck for PS5 or anything. So I'm just glad that you're liking it. I've had a great experience with mine. I got mine as a gift. I believe it was. Did I get it for Father's Day or something last year? I can't remember exactly, but anyways, it's been awesome. I love it. So I'm glad to hear that you've been enjoying it. And I'm kind of jealous you got the anniversary edition with the classic gray.
I mean, like, the white does look super good. And typically I like the, like, Stormtrooper white vibe. I just,
Yeah, it is cool.
The classic.
Yeah.
But, yeah, real quick, for those of you who don't know, essentially before this update, it was just a remote play thing. So your PlayStation has to be on, and you, from the PS Portal, just connect to PS5, and through your internet and the internet that your PlayStation is on, you just stream from it. But now you can stream directly to it through cloud gaming, which is kind of like what we thought the future was going to be for handheld gaming, honestly. Like the Google Stadia, like that was kind of like, this is the future, and we've kind of gone back from that a little bit. But yeah, so at this point, if you pay for like what all is it? You pay the top tier of it. It's like $18 a month, and there's like 2,000 or something games you can choose from, right?
So I'm not sure if it's like quite that many, but this is what you get. So what you pay for, PlayStation Plus Premium or whatever, and it comes with the game catalog, which is a collection of PS4 and PS5 games, and a lot of exclusive games, and then some newer like third-party titles, and some like big notable stuff is on there. Like Cyberpunk, I think, is part of it. Then you have like The Last of Us 1 and 2 remasters, and you have like a bunch of new stuff like Spider-Man remaster. I think Miles Morales is on there. You also get access to the PlayStation Classics collection, which includes a lot of PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 titles. And then you get access to some other things that you wouldn't use the portal for necessarily, like the Sony Pictures catalog, if you're interested in that. I guess the Spider-Verse movies are on there, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, the PlayStation catalog, the games catalog, and being able to stream those games directly from the catalog is kind of like the big sell with this thing. Not to mention, like, of course, if you pay for that, you also get access to all of that on your PS5 as well. It just unlocks the ability to stream, like use cloud streaming. And with that cloud streaming option, you also have access to your own digital library of games, the ones that you've purchased on your PS5. And now, like you mentioned, Stephen, like you don't have to have a PS5. You don't have to have a PS5 to access that. But if you do have a PS5, and if you want to stream your games from your digital library, you don't, or what games from that are on the catalogs, you don't need to even turn it on to do that. So it's just really convenient. It's a really nice, unlike Sony, user friendly feature to have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know one of the annoying things about it is there's no Bluetooth support. You either have to use a Bluetooth adapter or the Sony headphones or earbuds, or you can plug in a headphone jack, which is what I've been doing. But
it's funny, like, because they like releasing those headsets. Like PlayStation has a bunch of different headsets that are like specifically designed for PlayStation consoles. Like they have the like earbuds. They have two different versions of the original PS5 headset. The earbuds are wireless too, by the way. The Pulse Elite, and then they have the InZone headsets. They have a bunch of them, and it's funny that you have to plug in a cable to this thing or use the adapter.
Yep. Well, yeah, it looks like maybe like about 400 games in the catalog. I feel like I was watching a video and they were like 1,000 games. I can't remember, but it looks like about 400. So I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. Honestly, like remote play is, my PS5 is always on rest mode anyway. I did watch one video where the guy was like, I was in another country and my PlayStation like turned itself off, so I couldn't play any, and I was like, oh, that would suck.
That's funny because I thought, I guess it has to be in rest mode or it has to be on for you.
There
to
must
be
have
able
been
to
a power outage or something like that, and it turned the PlayStation off. So
okay, so if it's completely off, there you can't connect to it.
I believe that's right.
Okay, I think that's right too. But now with cloud streaming, at least you have access.
Not a problem, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. So I noticed that Cloudpunk is on sale on PlayStation, and I'm Cloudpunk.
Ooh,
Cyberpunk is what I meant.
Cyberpunk. Well, is it not part of the?
It is. I don't
catalog?
have PlayStation Plus or anything.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just not.
I see. You've just been using it with your own, like with your PS5 library, just to stream. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. The whole like subscription for a huge library of games it just doesn't really. I really just play one game at a time for like a couple months. So I don't know if I'll ever get into that or not, but maybe we'll see.
I hear you.
But all I'm really playing is Ghost of Yotei. And I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm upset that it wasn't. Was it too late to be considered for Game of the Year, or was it just not?
No.
Dang.
No, it was. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. Which I guess we can get into that later on in the show.
Yeah.
But there's some discussion there. I've seen some arguments from both sides really about that. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm absolutely loving it. I think I said last week that like for me it just improves on everything from the original game except for the main story and main protagonist, which I like Atsu. I mean, she's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like as the story progresses, more and more getting more and more invested in her character. And she's not all revenge, which is kind of where it was from the start. You kind of see some softening of that hard heart, I suppose. But I just think it's incredible. I'm having so much fun with it, exploring. And I think with the first one, the thing I will say about like the first one, the story was more interesting, so I like couldn't stop doing the main story. Whereas this one, it's a little shallower, so I'm not as eager to be like, I gotta see what happens next. I'm kind of like, all right, yeah, I
Yeah.
took this one out, took out this member of the OT6. Let me look for some armor. Although some pretty interesting stuff happened last night with some stuff I'll have to talk to you about later.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's I just love it so much. I'm having so much fun. Like I said, it's like the most beautiful game, easily the most beautiful game I've ever played. And I think I did not want to leave Teshio Ridge. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to leave,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure I explored every corner of Teshio Ridge and did everything I could
Nice.
up there. I like how you can look on the map and see where literally like where you've gone, and if there's any, you could tell like where you've gone and where you haven't on the map.
Yeah.
So I would literally open the map and be like, I haven't gone here yet, and walk over there, and there was like a whole quest to do over there. So
It's a dense map. Like they filled it up with stuff to do.
yes, dude, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
For sure, my game of the year, but I guess it doesn't
Nice.
matter. Other than that, we haven't really been watching anything. We throw on some Christmas stuff here and there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nathan wanted to watch K-pop Demon Hunters the other day, of course. We're still watching The Chair Company. I don't think we're fully caught up yet, but yeah, interesting. Viewer discretion advised. I will say, have we talked about the nice thing about Christmas compared to like Halloween movies and stuff? As much as we love, you know, the good old Monster House and
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Christmas is, well, I'm getting distracted by everything is going on around me. I'm distracted because our music stopped because Nathan's listening to the cleaning up song on his bedroom speaker right now. Okay. I don't even remember what I was talking about, dude. Oh, the nice thing about Christmas stuff is there's way more like fun movies, which is the type of movie I love for Halloween, and there's a lot of just like shorter stuff. So, like TV show episodes, we've been watching like Bob's Burgers Christmas episodes, and two of my favorites are Robin, which I think is Aardman, maybe, but might not be because it doesn't look like Aardman.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it's a stop motion.
I forgot about that.
Like felt figure vibe, and Robin and Snowy Day are like two of mine and my son's favorites right now to throw on. Snowy Day was like a children's book, and it's like narrated by Lawrence Fishburne, and Boyz II Men sing in it. It's pretty dope.
Nice. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah, like some of the classics too, like the Frosty and Rudolph and stuff like that. Those
they're like an hour or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good stuff. It's
great.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Robin Aardman animations.
Nice. It's interesting because like all of their animation looks the same except that one.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because they're all clay, and this one is like felt.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but all the other Aardman stuff is like clay figures. But it's good.
Interesting.
It's great. I like it a lot.
Y'all should throw on Krampus.
Yeah, Nathan's been wanting to watch that. I'll probably just put
it's
on
a nice
for,
fun one.
Yeah, we'll probably head to bed and turn off the lights and let him watch that. Don't want a Krampus style, you know.
Oh my God. Got him.
Got him. Got him. Anyway, all right. Quick break.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, we're going to take a break. Stick with us. We'll be right back. We figure out his music.
All right. I'm going to run to the other room and be right back.
Okay.
I guess I thought I'd seen Robin. I guess I haven't. I'm looking at it. I don't recognize it. I don't know. Maybe I was confusing it with something else, but Netflix, right? Netflix.
Yes.
It's a short film as well, or like a short.
It's probably like 30-ish minutes.
Okay, cool.
Richard E. Grant is in it.
Oh, I was going to
And
ask, is it voiced or is it like a silent musical type thing?
no,
I
it's
wasn't
and there's
sure.
there's some songs in there.
Uh, uh,
And the cat is voiced by Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson? Oh, big fan.
Yeah,
Big
girl.
fan.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. I like it.
Anyway,
I like it.
good.
All
I'm
right,
glad.
cool.
All right.
I'll be right
Go
back.
poop. Go poop. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go, dude. This song is called Perfume by Lilac and Lo-Fi Girl. In case you're wondering. What up? Kratos. What's good? The wife and I watched Christmas Twister on Tubi. Boy, that... I don't know what to say to that, dude. It sounds awful. I've never watched Tubi. It's like free movies with ads, right? Or something like that. Krampus is the goat. You would say that, dude. Austin's gonna poop for sure. Calvin. How's your Lord of the Rings stuff coming, dude? I'm gonna unsubscribe and report this channel. You know, the rehearsal soon. The rehearsal. Oh my gosh, I remember you talking about that, but I totally just like ignored you and don't remember what you said. The rehearsal. Oh yeah. I forgot about this show, dude. Brooks, I really want to watch The Holdovers. The Holdovers is like number one on our list this year for Christmas. I think you said that you like that movie. Free with ads, and they have movies that no one has ever heard of in a bad way. Dude, I'm sold. Josh, have you watched The Chair Company? I feel like you would like it. It's dark and twisted just like you, dude. We've been watching a lot of 1-star reviews on YouTube. That's like our go-to when we don't have much time. Nice little 10-minute 1-star review video. Oh boy, not yet. What a guy. What a guy. Phenomenal. Ooh. Shout out to Nerd of the Rings streaming some Return to Moria right now. Brooks, surely you've watched Nerd of the Rings before, right? No one wants to play this game with me, but I really want to get back into Return to Moria. It's basically like survival as dwarves in Moria, like after the events of, Return of the King and all that. And they recently added like post-game content where basically you got to the end of the story, and I never beat it, so I don't know. Maybe you defeat a Balrog or something like that. I have no idea. But people were wanting to like actually rebuild Moria with NPCs and everything, so they added like a whole post-game content thing called Durin's Folk, and you start like building out your Moria, dude, and you can get like dwarves with different jobs, and they do like a day-night cycle where after work they go get a pint and hang out, and it's just cozy, dude. Austin and I played it once or twice, and I wasn't talking about Return to Moria, dude. Let me get this out of here. Nothing, dude. Nothing, dude. I want to watch Pluribus. You should watch Share Company. Yeah, dude. This is Nerd of the Rings. Brooks, surely you've heard of Nerd of the Rings, I think is what I was trying to say earlier. But he's like the go-to YouTuber for Lord of the Rings stuff. But yeah, he must be getting back into it after the update. But yeah, Austin and I played it like once or twice, and I don't know, I had a good time. The music is like pretty good, but not nearly as good as Howard Shore's. So I like turned off the music and was just playing, Lord of the Rings music. And you go down, you got the big dwarf in the halls of Moria, and it's a vibe, dude. Anyway, enter the arcade and play with me, dude. How about that? Hey, Austin, what's up, dude?
Hey, were you talking
I
about Return to Moria?
Maybe, dude. I don't know. I don't remember. I
Mm.
forgot. Oh, like Story. Nerd of the Rings just released his 1 year later review of season 2 of Rings of Power, and I started that this morning, and I haven't finished it. It's like an hour long.
Oh, dang. What were like the impressions so far in what you've watched?
What he got to was the dwarves and that storyline, and that's his favorite storyline is Durin and his dad. There's some stuff he didn't like about it. He didn't like that like the rings were sort of like because they forged the rings out of order or something. So, like, Sauron doesn't have the one ring yet, so those rings shouldn't really be influencing the people wearing them, and it was kind of like influencing Durin, Papa Durin. And he's like, you can hear, like, whispers when they're looking at the ring, and you really shouldn't hear that until Sauron has the one ring. Stuff like that.
I didn't even think about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. Some stuff. And he loves Charles Edwards' portrayal of Celebrimbor, but it's not exactly what he said he envisioned as Celebrimbor. He said he almost...
Sure, yeah.
I think he said he envisioned him as more of like a Feanor 2.0, similar to the Shadow of Mordor and War Games without all the crazy, stuff that Celebrimbor does in those games.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. I don't know anything about Celebrimbor other than the game, which I know is not at all canon lore, and then this show, which apparently isn't quite with the books. But
I just got like best character in season 2, though. Like
1000%, dude. Heck yes. Yeah, he mostly. I think I watched like 18 minutes, and he mostly just talked about the dwarves and some stuff like. He was like, which this is kind of a thing. So season 2 started with Galadriel and Elrond booking it back to Lindon.
Yeah.
And he's like, no one told Celebrimbor before they left. Yeah, they sent messengers like once they got back to Lindon. But it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, bro, no one told him. Is this really? But the show must go. The show must go on. I loved it. But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Turn my fan on, dude. It's hot.
It's hot in here too.
It was getting kind of chilly outside tonight. I can't keep up with what this weather's supposed to be.
It was
why I'm sick.
no. It was. Oh my gosh! Excuse me. Yeah, I took a bag of trash out right before we hopped on the pod, and I was like, "Oh snap! It's cold again. What happened?"
Dude, I'm about to.
But it was nice.
I'm about to open my window. Hold on, please.
Aight. Dude, I've been like addicted to putting these on in the background. These like PlayStation 1 like library. What do you call it? Like this. Let me see. Hold on. The PlayStation Project, all 1,278 USA PS1 games from Virtual Gaming Library, and it just like shows a little preview of the game, like in its gameplay, and has the cover right there, and it's just like a vibe. Like PlayStation games are just a vibe.
100%, dude. 100%, dude. Yeah, I'm opening a window, boy. We swapped to Heat. Maybe a couple weeks ago, but then this past weekend it was getting hot, so
got a
we
little
put it
warm.
back on AC.
Yeah. I love that smell, like when the dust starts to burn off of the heater. You know what I'm talking about?
Heck yeah, dude.
Love it.
Little perp skirt, dude. All right. All right, ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Game Awards are happening, and the nominees have been announced. And
Oh, yeah, baby.
you might be surprised. Watch until the end. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Tell us
the
what's
Game
what,
Awards.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Jeff Keighley has been hosting the Game Awards since like 2014 or something like that. Let me see when was the Game Awards. When did the Game Awards begin? But yeah, this is obviously a show. It's it's kind of like the Grammys, the Oscars, the Emmys of the video game.
Grammys, the Oscars.
And it started back in 2014, and Jeff Keighley, decided that he wanted to do his own show and recognize like excellence in video games, and it's become massive now. It's kind of like the most widely recognized Game of the Year awards these days, and I would say it has been for a while now. But yeah, it's always really fun to watch. Like even if you don't have a lot of stakes in the games, it's all like the show is filled with tons of stuff like cameos and guest appearances and live performances and music, as well as like world premiere video game trailers and announcements and things like that. So the Game Awards is something I look forward to every year. And this year, I think, what was it, 2022 or 2023, when maybe both years we thought it was a crazy year for games then, and it wouldn't get crazier. Like the year Elden Ring came out, the year Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and stuff. And then 2025 just came along, dude. Last year, if we all remember fondly, Astrobot took home Game of the Year.
Baby.
We all celebrated.
Yeah, all of us.
Especially Brian.
Especially Brian.
And who played the game. And
in full.
But yeah, 2025, I think everyone was very keenly aware of what would be nominated for the biggest category, Game of the Year, for the Game Awards. But there's been a little bit of arguments that some games kind of got snubbed or overlooked, perhaps something being up there that maybe shouldn't have, which happens every year. But I think this is a pretty fair list of nominations, outside of just one. So we're going to read the nominations for Game of the Year first. And then we'll talk about some other categories outside of that. So Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Everybody knew that was coming. I mean, that's kind of like took the gaming world by storm when that came out back in April or sometime during the spring, I believe. And an amazing game, an excellent RPG, amazing story, music, characters, graphics, the best turn-based combat ever made, in my opinion.
Shoot.
This is currently like my pick for Game of the Year still. I think this is the best game that I have played this year, and I was kind of sad that I haven't played a handful of these games, even on just this small. There's only 6 games nominated for Game of the Year. Next up, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Did not play Death Stranding 2 this year.
I heard
it looks
good
awesome.
things about it.
I did too. I played through a decent bit of the first one and just never finished it. These cutscenes, man, they drag on, and it's not that they're not quality. It's not that they're not good cutscenes, but it's a lot.
Yeah, which is like a Kojima thing. Like it's always like people have always said like his games are like half of them are cutscenes and half of them are gameplay.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah,
I don't know why he's never tried to make a movie. I feel like he said something one time like, if I was to ever make a movie. Oh no. Excuse me, sir.
bless you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because he just puts movies in his games, basically. But
Yeah.
I mean, the first game, obviously, like people were poo pooing on it because it was like Delivery Boy Simulator in the future.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I remember when this one came out, it was just like everything has been improved 1,000%, and it's actually so much fun.
Nice. Also, like these character designs are so good. I love how everything looks in these games. Not to mention this engine that the Decima engine. I think it's like a proprietary thing for Kojima Productions. It looks so good. Like even Death Stranding 1, like the director's cut, which is what I played on PS5. Um, Amazing looking game. Like this game, especially like the first area, is a giant, essentially empty open world full of like grass, rocks, and hills, and it just looks so beautiful. Like that, something as simple as terrain like that just looks incredible. But yeah, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Next up, Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Sheesh.
a Switch 2 exclusive game. Which I'm not saying it shouldn't be. That's not what I meant by that. But it's the only game I just don't have access to. I don't have a Switch 2. I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. But yeah, I heard this was a great game. It looks really, really fun. From the same team that brought you Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I also heard somebody talking about it today before these were announced, and they were like, "Ain't no way they're gonna have a list of Game of the Year games without a Nintendo game being in there." So it's almost like gotta have a Nintendo game in there.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I was actually talking to Calvin about this yesterday because he has a Switch to it. He has Donkey Kong Bonanza, and he was like, once you like, enjoy the destructible environments or whatever for like an hour, you're kind of like, okay, and just kind of done with it, which is
Interesting.
I've also heard that I don't know, the character dynamics, like the relationship with each other, is kind of weird. I can't remember. Maybe I need to.
Yeah,
talk,
that doesn't surprise me. Like with Nintendo, like an IP like that. And right here in the chat, Calvin, our good friend Calvin, says, "I'll say it: Donkey Kong Bonanza is not even remotely close to being Game of the Year." This game does have great reviews. If you watch the Skill Up review on YouTube, he just gives it the most glowing recommendation possible, I think. And it looks like a ton of fun. It really does. I just haven't played it, and I don't have a Switch 2 to be able to, so yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does look good, but also it kind of just looks like a Switch 1 game, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I think I think it does too. It doesn't look like it's really showing off the power of the Switch 2.
No, Super Mario Odyssey looked better than this. It's almost got like a glowing filter over it. Like I don't know, it just doesn't look super sharp.
Like it reminds me of like how Wii games all used to look. Like so many
Yes,
Wii games had that weird like glowing filter. Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I think Donkey Kong's a cool character. I thought it was cool when this was announced that it was like, oh, it's not just he had the Tropical Freeze, side-scrolling games.
Right.
And this one to be like fully 3D world, Mario Odyssey style was cool, but not cool enough for me to get a Switch 2.
No, unfortunately
But
not.
we haven't played it.
True.
We
haven't.
We're not haters.
Let's not pull a Brian, guys.
Let's not pull a Brian, okay?
Moving on. Next up, Hades 2 from Supergiant Games. Yeah, Hades 2, an isometric roguelite, I guess you would call it.
I guess you would call it.
With an amazing like hand-drawn art style, with some amazing music, great characters and voice acting, an awesome like sense of progression and level design. I've played probably about 6 or 7 hours of Hades 2, and I haven't beaten it yet, obviously, but I really like it a lot. I think it's an amazingly well put together game. And I did play the first one, but I never beat it. But from what everyone has been saying and in my experience, it's just like the most finely polished version of this kind of game that they started with in Hades 1. Like everything is just so perfectly crafted in this game, and it just feels amazing to play. And yeah, I've just been really, really enjoying it. I'm hoping to beat it before the Game Awards, which is on December 11th. Just so I can decide. I believe I know what I will vote for if I do decide to vote for Game of the Year on thegameawards.com. But yeah, I would like to be a little bit more objective about that. But Hades 2 has been awesome. I really like it a lot.
Nice.
All this hand-drawn artwork is just so impressive too.
Dope.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Next up,
Next.
who could have seen this coming? Hollow Knight Silk Song
What?
from Team Cherry. The originally planned as a DLC turned into a 7-year development cycle for a sequel, Silk Song. From Hollow Knight was very well received. Currently like one of the most highly rated indie games of all time. Some would even say the best indie game of all time, or maybe the best Metroidvania game ever made. And Silk Song is just kind of, the highest quality follow up to that, 9s and 10s across the board. I think IGN gave it a 9. Yeah, this game, which I've also played just a tiny little bit of and haven't beaten yet, unfortunately. Quality in every aspect of the game from what I've played and experienced and from what I've seen as well. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We've all heard Brian talking about it. He's that's basically in his top 3 every week. He loves it. I don't know. I used to be more so into like hard difficulty platforming games. I think I'm less into them now. So some of these where it's like jump, shoot the floating glob, and slice it at the right time so that you shoot up type of like platforming isn't super for me. I'm sure it's great, but yeah, I'm a picky guy.
Yeah.
I probably won't give this a shot, especially if it's like some of the stuff I've seen people playing it. I'm like, bro, ain't no way that would take me a year to beat this level. I ain't got time for that.
I have heard, and Brian has said, that this is a very difficult game. And it's also not a short game either. Neither is the first one. I think the first one is like a 40-hour game or something like that. Quick question. Did you play the game Celeste?
I think I did not. I think I bought it because Michael and Ryan both were very into it.
Yes.
And convinced me to buy it. I think, but that's another one of those where it's like just crushing difficulty,
Yeah.
I don't know. Michael got like top of the world like level of how fast he could do it. Wasn't he like in the top ranks or whatever?
Yes. Yeah, he had some record on like, I think it was like a specific level or a certain type of run from what I remember. But yeah, it reminds me, Silk Song especially reminds me a lot of Celeste. Maybe the first Hollow Knight does as well, where you have this like very challenging platforming system where, you get a certain amount of jumps, like a jump and a double jump, and you can jump off the wall or you can hit some object and regain your jump, and you have to strategize and do these they're like platforming puzzles where you don't get a chance to land, and you have to like continuously make your way up and progress throughout these platforms. But Hollow Knight, on top of that system, having a insanely difficult and challenging combat system on top of the platforming, as well as like, some people bring up the conversation of like a Souls-like because you have like limited checkpoints and like certain spawn points, that type of thing too. So yeah, from what I understand, Silksong is a really difficult but extremely well made game, and I'm sure that it deserves to be up here. I just haven't played through it much, so.
Yeah, I do like
Yeah.
side scrollers, but less of the punishing and more of just like combat and exploration. This have you heard?
Sure.
I'm sure I told you about Katana Zero,
Oh yeah, yeah.
dude. And I mean, even like Narita Boy, I was
Oh yeah,
enjoying until I couldn't figure out where the frick to go because there was no map. But
that
Katana
game
Zero is
really
like,
needs that.
yes, dude. Katana Zero is like 16-bit, cool combat, like synthy vibes. And dude, I had a blast with that game. It's kind of short, but that has nothing to do with anything other than to say that I do like side scrollers, but more of the like combat exploration,
Yeah,
interesting story vibes. Narita
I
Boy,
hear you.
Katana Zero. Dang, what was another one that I was in? I was really into Eastward. Um, that's more of a top-down thing. But it was kind of like Last of Us vibes, and
That
also
sounds cool.
like Crossing Souls was a cool game.
Oh yeah, great game.
Anyway, none of this has anything to do
Yeah.
with anything, but
I mean,
yeah,
it's an interesting point. Like, I would say almost all of the games we won't segue quite yet, but almost all the games you mentioned are like technically indie games, and it's cool to see a couple of those like up here on nominated for Game of the Year.
true.
And side-scrolling games is like a very common like perspective for indie titles. But this is just like an amazing one, like a really well crafted one, especially with it's a Metroidvania. It would be the style of this game, but it just it has all those elements. The insanely difficult puzzle platforming, and then
Mm.
on top of that, the combat and boss fights.
Mm.
But we'll move on to the final nominee for Game of the Year. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 from Warhorse
Hey,
Studios.
Warhorse.
Yeah, this is so I haven't played the first one or this one, but these are like a more like realism based um, medieval, like it's not like a simulator, but it's like a first person action adventure game, maybe an RPG to some extent. But it's based in meant to feel more realistic than most games, like as opposed to like a Skyrim or Oblivion or something like that, to
Mm-hmm.
where like you can't just beat everything in combat by backpedaling or just like holding up your shield. Like you have to be strategic and you have to be careful. It's easy to die. It's easy to take damage. You can get sick. You can get injured. Things like that. This game looks like an awesome experience. I just like am not willing to commit to something like this, at least not right now, for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But I heard that like this game has a really good recap of the first game during the intro.
Mm.
So you don't have to play the first one. It like benefits you to do that, but it also you can pick up with this game and not play the first one, like if you're interested. But yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 up for Game of the Year as well. So those are the six
Leo
games.
takes
I
six.
the foreshadowing, but yeah, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And it's pretty funny. There are 4 direct sequels on this game on this
Oh, you're
list
right.
of
I
6.
am. I have been interested in Kingdom Come Deliverance just because, like, I really want an open world, deep game like that. I know it's not Skyrim like we were talking about, but I don't know, just
Right. Yeah.
something like that. And I heard great things about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Same.
and I heard that it was a like vast improvement over the first one. That's probably why they have such
Yeah.
a good recap, is because they're like, you don't have to play the first one, just play this one.
Yeah, like I think the jankiness of the first game is basically completely gone from this
Yeah.
sequel. which is cool. Which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It had a
I
great trailer too, a really great launch trailer.
mm,
That was like probably
this
my favorite trailer of the year. Was the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 launch trailer?
mm, um yeah, this list is oh no, I'm typing. I'm binging. Um it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, certainly.
Um definitely I'm a little surprised Indiana Jones isn't in there. I don't know, dude, like
Yeah,
because
that's
that
an
would have been
interesting
this year,
point.
right?
So, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle came out in December of 2024, but it was after the cutoff date of the Game Awards. So it is included in this year's Game Awards, and it actually did get it gathered a couple nominations for certain things. So I do
Yeah.
want to shout out that. But
I would I'm kind of surprised like Death Stranding 2 is on it and that isn't. Maybe just maybe that's just me. How do these games get on this list? Because I feel like if it's by
yeah,
popularity, Indiana Jones would be on it for sure.
yeah. So the way that these games get added to like or get nominated is from a panel of appointed judges from the Game Awards board, and they try to be as like they say it's like a worldwide thing. Like they try to have people from all over the world cast their votes into what should be nominated for Game of the Year. It's hard not to think though that the list involves a little bit of politics from Jeff because he's like friends with some of these people, especially Hideo Kojima for yeah, for example, of course. And then we'll talk about of course the I can't remember the guy's name, but the director of It Takes Two and Split Fiction. Of course, he had to get a nominee on this, and will probably win some category because he loves to let that guy come up and have a speech every year. And I'm sure Split Fiction is great. I've heard it's a really great game. But yeah, that's how it is. There's a panel, like an appointed panel of the Game Awards, judges or however you want to call it, and they kind of decide what is up for awards. And that's why there's another category that doesn't have any nominees yet because it's the Player's Choice Award. So if you go on the GameAwards.com, you can vote for all the categories, but you can also vote for Player's Choice Award category. So you can decide or help decide what should win Game of the Year based on the player voice.
Real quick, some honorable mentions maybe. Arc Raiders not on the list for Game of the Year. Might surprise some people. Elden Ring Night Rain, which is a DLC, right? But it's like a big old DLC.
So it is a standalone game, a standalone $40 game that is online only. It's a multiplayer game.
Okay.
So
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Obviously Ghost of Yote. What up, dude? There's another one on here that I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mario
Ghost
Kart
of Yote.
World not on there.
Sure. I did want to say like I was surprised to not see Ghost of Yote up there.
Yeah.
When I first, even before I bought the game, I was like, this is probably going to be a Game of the Year contender. And then after the game, I was like, oh, certainly this will be, probably won't win Game of the Year, but will definitely be up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mario Kart World, you were saying, yeah,
and then no Assassin's Creed Shadows, not a huge surprise, but Doom, The Dark Ages.
Yeah, dude, one of my favorite shooters of the year, definitely. That was a great game, super fun parry mechanic, and I really liked some of the bigger like open environments to explore, which was new for the Doom franchise. So that was a lot of fun. I like that game a good bit, and I want to quickly mention Jeff Keighley tweeted from the Game Awards and showed off a number of games that had multiple nominations throughout the different categories, which there are many. So we're not going to go through all of them, but real quick, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has already gotten 12 different nominations throughout the categories. There might only be like, I don't know, 18, like less than 20. So it took a nomination from so many categories, like basically almost all of them that it could have. Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yote both with 7 nominations. Hades 2 with 6. Silk Song with 5, and Split Fiction with 4 nominations. So that kind of highlights, these games quality. Like, not all of these games, or I mean, I think Ghost of Yote actually is the only one that couldn't, and Split Fiction couldn't win Game of the Year, but got a lot of nominations across different categories. So that's something to consider. And there's some other good categories. Like, for example, like we mentioned, Arc Raiders. There's a best multiplayer category, which included Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, shout out, and Split Fiction. So yeah. Also, best indie game, which is funny. Like half of these games are also up for Game of the Year. So there's Absalom, however you say that, Ball Pit Blueprints, which is a really cool like first-person rogue-like puzzle game with a cool art style. Also on Game Pass right now.
Yeah, Justin was playing that one, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep. I started it also. Didn't get far before Ghost of Yote came out. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Silk Song all also up for best indie game.
Wow.
Yeah. So one other category, my page froze.
Arnar.
I may be frozen also.
Improv. No, you're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
You're not frozen.
Oh, that's good.
The story continues.
Okay. There was something else on here that I was going to mention.
Lies, dude.
But
you're
yeah.
making it up.
So there's another category, best debut indie game, and technically Claire Obscure Expedition 33 would be a contender for that, because this is, I believe, the very first game from this studio, if I'm not horribly mistaken, which I may be, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, I personally, Expedition 33 is the best game that I have played this year, and I think Ghost of Yote is a close second in terms of its quality, and also art direction. I think both of those games are also up for best art direction, and I would be surprised if Ghost of Yote doesn't win. I think it is the most like beautiful looking game of maybe the last 3 to 5 years. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful game.
Agreed. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Did Indiana Jones get nominated for anything?
Yes, it did get nominated for best action adventure game. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Silk Song, Indiana Jones, and Split Fiction all got nominated. Best role playing game, Avowed, Expedition 33, Kingdom Come, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2 all got nominated for best role playing game.
These games are some big games that I kind of forgot about.
Best action game, Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which I think that's cool. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is kind of like an old school style, like side-scrolling true sequel to the old school Shinobi games from back in the day. It kind of looks like a game that you would like, Steve, like that, like a side scroller that has that kind of like old school feel to it, and with a hand drawn art style as well. Looks very cool. Yep. Real quick, maybe just like a couple more because we got to move on. Let's see here. We talked about best indie. Okay, here we go. Best score in music. This is a category I like a lot. And then we'll talk about art direction and we'll move on. So best score in music, Silk Song, Hades
Mm-hmm.
2,
Mm.
Expedition 33, Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2.
Mm.
Um, and then for art direction, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Silk Song. Did I just say those exact same 5 games back to back? It looks like I did.
Nice,
Um,
dude.
yeah, and then one more real quick. If let me find it because I think it's best direction, like best game director. Let's see here.
That's gonna be. That's gonna be. That's definitely gonna be. I'm trying to think of
Don't do
dumb
it.
games, but I can't think of any. They're all good.
Well, let me
All the
just
games are
name
good.
most of the same games I just did. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Split Fiction, all up for best game direction. If I was a conspiracy theorist,
Which you
I
are.
would I would put money on Split Fiction winning best game direction so that Jeff's good friend from that studio can come up and give his speech. If I was a conspiracy theorist, that's what I would put
Which
money
you
on.
are.
Which I am. But yeah, there's a lot more categories here. Too many to go through, really. But I'm excited for the Game Awards on December 11th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't have like a huge stake in what I really want to win. I think Expedition 33 uh, should be Game of the Year in terms of like what's been nominated. And I think there's an argument there for, you know, um, Ghost of Yote. Sorry, I just completely blanked. Ghost of Yote, and then also Indiana Jones, and maybe even to an extent like Doom: The Dark Ages. Like I would have been happy to see any of those on the list as well. But I think it's like overall pretty solid picks for Game of the Year. So I'm excited to see who takes it home and just the rest of the show, like the world premieres and the live performances and the cameos and everything else. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be good. December. What is it again?
11th.
December 11th, 2025. Mark your calendars. Yeah.
Also, keep in mind, like we're now past the cutoff. So anything else that comes out this year, which I don't know of, nothing huge is on my radar or anything. We'll be up for any Game of the Year awards next year for 2026. So
What is Where Winds Meet? I'm just seeing
yeah, so that
images. It looks sick.
I think it's a PlayStation game, if I'm not mistaken. It might be multi-platform, but it's like an open world, like fantasy RPG set in like a feudal Japan with like a. I remember like that first trailer was showing like the main character doing this crazy like jump between these boats, and like there was all this naval combat going on around, and he could like jump up and like fly this glider or something over to the next boat and like fight a bunch of guys and stuff. That game also has a really cool feature, just as a side note, that you can record a voice line, and the game will like use the character creation system to create a character that looks like your voice, or do its
What?
best to do that. It's really interesting. I watched a
Whoa.
clip of someone doing that early. It was like this female gamer, and she has kind of like a deeper voice,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe a little deeper than you would expect. And she was like so nervous about recording her voice line to get a character generated, but it actually turned out really, really cool. So I was like, that's a really interesting feature. I've never seen something like that. So I thought that was dope.
Need to check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Game Awards happening in about a month.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
It's
goes. How about some Legend of Zelda news, dude?
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
So this just seems to be the era of like all the movies that we wanted for so long. We're getting too many of them. You know what I'm saying? Like now companies are like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll give you all of them at once. So Zelda, Legend of Zelda live action movies happening. And there were some leaks, so Nintendo was just like, all right, let me just give them to you. So there they are for our viewers. some first sneak peek of the Legend of Zelda movie. What do you think, dude? I don't. It's you know, when it comes out and we see it, I'm sure it'll feel natural, but it's kind of the same as the Mario movie. It was like, I can't imagine these characters in a movie and talking. So that's kind of how I feel about this, but like, I'm sure it'll feel natural when it actually happens. But I don't know. What do you think of these first images?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, and so like if you aren't aware, it's just a couple of images like from the movie and like the main characters and the setting. But yeah, I mean, I think from the look of it, like how serious it looks compared to maybe what people were expecting, I think this is something that could take itself a little bit more seriously and just kind of, the fact that Link is like a silent protagonist and all he does is make noise like
Yeah.
like random like action character noises. Just like put all that aside and just like write a good movie, like write a good script for these characters. I think like someone mentioned this, but like the costumes look a lot more like Breath of the Wild than something from a classic Zelda game. And the characters, I mean, the actors look like the game. They look like the characters in the game to me. I don't really know. It's hard to like really get an impression of what this is supposed to be like to me personally, but I think it looks quality, at least from these images, these few images. There's only 3 that I see, but
just like initial impressions, I feel like she kind of has more like main character energy than this kid does.
Yeah,
it is called Legend of Zelda, so I don't know, maybe that's what, but
fair enough.
Yeah, she looks cool. He kind of looks a little bit like High School Musical, IMHO. We'll see.
Oh,
see.
Really? You think so?
I mean, not as High School Musical as the How to Train Your Dragon live action movie, but
ooh,
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
I see what you mean. Like, she definitely looks like the main character here, and Link is probably someone that I don't know, like maybe not like the Princess Bride vibes, because I think Wesley's like the main character in that, but kind of more of an emphasis on both of them, but more so her, because that's just like the impression that you get from looking at this.
So
also, she's like armed and equipped. She has a bow and a quiver of arrows,
and he's just chilling. He's pooping. Look at him pooping right there, dude. That's kind of
he's
weird.
Squatting, dude. He's like, look the other way.
I've only ever played Breath of the Wild and a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of like Princess Peach. Zelda's always like taken captive and Link is trying to save her, right? At least that's how all the games were.
Yeah, prior to Breath of the Wild, that was pretty much it. Like, yeah. Especially earlier on in the series, it was always like, gotta rescue the princess.
So I'm sure that ain't the way things go in 2025. I'm sure she will not be, just taking captive.
2027.
Oh yeah. That's kind of how it was in the Mario movie. I mean, they kept a little bit of that element, but Peach
that's a good point.
Did not mess around.
No. Yeah, she was the one teaching Mario how to like do his thing like in this world. That being like him coming from Brooklyn into the Mushroom Kingdom, obviously. But yeah, I don't suspect this Zelda is any less capable than this Link that we're looking at right here. But I mean, I don't like recognize any of these characters. Like I don't. True. I mean, these actors. Excuse me.
Which is cool.
Yes. I think you said recently something about getting unknowns, like what happened to getting unknowns to playing like major characters and stuff. And this is also like shot on location in New Zealand, apparently, from what I'm reading here, which is cool.
Kind of cool. Yeah, we were talking about in the Mario movie and how like to me the casting almost makes no sense in the Mario movie. It's like, let's be super trendy and cast Chris Pratt, but then let's be super like meta and cast Brie Larson as Luna, because she said in an interview one time that
Rosalina,
yeah, that she was playing Mario games or whatever it is. And then like Benny Safdie, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but like I knew he was. All I know is that he directed, I think, that movie with Dwayne Johnson recently, and he's like doing a voice. I'm like, who even is this? He's in
Smashing Machine.
Yeah, that. He's in Oppenheimer and some other stuff. It's just like
that's right.
They're not like the most popular actors, but they're also not unknowns. But then they'll cast trendy people like Chris Pratt, and then they'll do a great casting like Charlie Day as Luigi. But then they'll do Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. I don't know. It's just like the casting was all over the place in that movie. Anyway.
Yeah.
Rant.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. But I think this is cool. Unknowns, live action, shooting on location. I don't know who is. Let me see who's like. Surely we know who's directing it and stuff.
Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who's playing Link, is only 17 years old, which is crazy. But he looks like they look like the characters. Like he looks like Link in this picture.
You know who's directing it?
No, I don't.
Wes Ball.
What?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and the Maze Runner movies.
We knew that. We did know that.
We did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I completely forgot. Wes Ball. I thought it was still like a myth at that point. Like I was thinking there's no way
it felt so distant
to make one. Yeah. Wow. And now it's
that like shot up my excitement. Shut up. Oh boy. That like shoots up my excitement level a lot for this. I've never seen the Maze Runner movies, but I thought Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was baller, dude.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. We saw that one. Did we see that one
together?
No. I must have seen it with.
Maybe we just both saw it at the same.
No way, dude. No way. We saw that together. I think did I see it with Brooks? Brooks, did we see that movie together, or did I see that with Steve? Why can't I remember that?
I don't know, dude.
But I will say though, the Maze Runner movies are actually really. I'm not going to say they're like incredible movies, but they are really good for what they are. Like, you know, the age of like Summit Entertainment, like making Twilight
Teenage,
adaptation and stuff. These like the Maze Runner movies stand out way more than anything else from Summit. Or
I've never seen them.
I don't even know if they're actually produced by Summit, but you know what I mean, like that. It feels like that. It's from that style or that era. But yeah, especially the first Maze Runner movie, really good, really good, very entertaining, great like pacing, good action. But yeah, like you said, I thought Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was a fantastic movie, and it was me and Brooks. Thanks for answering. And sorry, I didn't remember. It's been a while. Okay. But yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was awesome movie, and Wes Ball directing this. Like you said, I agree with you. This makes me a lot more excited.
Same.
So it could be really cool.
Zelda and
Do you remember that IGN April Fool's trailer for a live action Legend of Zelda movie?
Oh my gosh.
And it fooled so many people. And it came out so long ago, and it was like such a high production value for what was like a YouTube video at the time. So it wasn't surprising that so many people got fooled by it.
IGN goes all out for April Fools. I hate April Fools, dude. It's crazy how many times I get fooled on April Fools.
It's really funny. It's also funny when like a movie like production company or a director or a gaming studio from another country post something on April Fools because like it's not a thing where they're from. They're
Oh
just like,
yeah.
oh, we have some news to announce. Oh, it happens to be 4-1. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Oh yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about this, sir? Moana
Oh,
live
yeah.
action. Moana
All right.
live action. Um, yeah, dude. I don't know what to say. I
Me
think it's
neither, I know.
stupid. I mean, I think we're all pretty much in agreement that the live action stuff has gotten out of hand. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
It was like at best, it was kind of novel at first.
yeah,
Then it became like annoying, and now it's just frustrating.
it was cool when I was like 101 Dalmatians or even the Jungle Book. I liked. I remember.
Yep. Same.
Not to get into a debate about that, but just like watching this trailer, I'm like, it looks like worse than the original because it's all CG, and what's not CG is poorly done live action integration. Like that shot of this shot of, for our viewers, this shot of Maui jumping off the cliff looks like Bunky. Ugh, that looks bad, dude.
Oh boy, I just saw it again on the live stream. Yikes! Yeah, it's funny, like because with How to Train Your Dragon, it's like that movie is like obviously not from Disney, not from Pixar. It's an older DreamWorks animation. So the first How to Train Your Dragon like doesn't hold up as well, especially not as something from Disney from 2016 like Moana, which still looks amazing to this day. And then you try to just put it into live action, and it just does not. It just makes you think why, This is one of the, and I know that I think we've even talked about it on the podcast before, but like, aren't they making a Hercules live action? Like, I would much rather see news about that than something as recent as Moana.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
this is just so. This was one of the weirdest ones to me because Moana 2, I remember they were like promoting Moana 2 while filming Moana 1 live action. It's just so weird to me. And Disney, they came out with the Disney Pixar Elio movie. And one of the people who worked on the movie posted like a side eye thing on Instagram where they were like, "You want us to make new stories, but then you don't go see them." And I didn't see Elio. I don't know if it was any good or not, but
it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was Bob Iger or somebody. I feel like somebody big in Disney was like, we have to keep doing these. Like nostalgia is what's getting. Those are the most popular movies. Those are the movies that are making money. Is the ones that's like Toy Story 5, Moana live action, where the new stories just aren't working. Lilo and Stitch live action. So anyway, here I am getting back into the live action debate again. But yeah, I really like Moana 1. I never saw Moana 2. This
me neither.
is I don't want to see this. My kid loved Moana when he was younger, so who knows? My wife might want us to go see this, but yeah, this trailer is just weird to me. Like the CGI doesn't look that good, and it literally looks just like the animated movie with a real person
like it doesn't,
in a frame.
This does not have like a reason to exist, just like the Lion King, quote unquote, live action. And just real quick, like for some perspective, Elio, which is a Pixar, like a Disney Pixar original movie that came out this year, did $138 million at the box office, whereas Lilo and Stitch live action did over $1 billion at the box office. That is just sad.
Yeah,
that is just sad, and I hate that precedent. Like where there's like original stuff is dying because it's almost like it's everyone's fault. because nobody's going to see it.
Yeah, true.
So they're not like, why are we going to make a movie that no one's going to go see?
Yeah.
We're out here asking for original movies, but not enough people are going to go see them. But they're going to go see Lilo and Stitch, even though they already watched it a million times before, just because it's live action this time.
It's like
It's annoying, man.
it's so hard to gauge audiences. Dude, this shot right here, I'm like, dude, the animated movie looks so much better than that. Anyway,
Yeah, it does.
it's so hard to gauge what audiences want because didn't Sony sell K-pop Demon Hunters to Netflix and now it's like the most popular movie in the world? Like,
Yes.
and then they put it
Yeah.
in theaters.
Yep. Multiple times, multiple different times they put it in theaters, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is just another L live action remake for me. I don't know. You know, that one doesn't have quite the nostalgia as something like Lilo and Stitch. I mean, it's only
Yeah,
less than 10 years old, which I guess is, I don't know, kind of old. I don't know.
about 10 years. About 10 years. Yeah.
It's more, I get more so something like 101 Dalmatians or something having a live action than
Like Hercules.
yeah, than a CG animated movie going to live action because some of the shots are just going to look the same.
Right. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
because it is CGI. Anyway, yeah, pass. Oh,
Yeah, pass.
What a shot
big
to end
pass.
on. That shot just looks so bad, dude.
It looks horrible.
Oh. Oh, anyway, for those listening, go watch the shot of Maui jumping off the cliff.
Don't.
Don't do it. Dude, I just wanted to talk about. You've seen this, I'm sure, right?
I actually had to watch it right before I hopped in Discord because I had somehow missed that. But I think it was a recent thing, right? Like, because, anyways, go ahead and explain what's on our next topic here.
So, Metroid Prime 4 was announced when the Switch came out in 2017, something
Right.
crazy like that.
No, that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, back when the Switch came out and they were just like they didn't have enough to announce with it, so they were just like we're working on this game too. I remember the trailer of the freaking Game Freak guy sitting there with a pencil and paper being like, we're working on a Pokemon game, and people are like, yeah, let me go buy a Switch for this. I don't know how there isn't more riots in the street about how people may have bought a Switch because of that Metroid Prime 4 trailer, and then here we are 8 years later and it's coming out.
The full console life cycle has
Yeah.
come and gone.
So the hilarious thing to me is that 8 years later, people have been waiting 8 years for this game. It comes out, and it's like coming out now. There's all these clips of this like insufferable. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like
100%.
companion a character in this game that says the cringiest stuff. He says so.
Say it.
It's just
Do
so like he's like,
Do
I'm
the
not
voice.
sitting. Let's see, I'm here, but I'm not in my cubicle sitting next to Phil. So when, like, dude, look at that face, dude. What
Oh
a
my
terrible
God.
mistake. That I mean, the Metro
Yeah.
games are so serious, and then they add. I love how people are saying like, did the Disney MCU writers write this character in here? It's like the corniest, cheesiest, cringiest jokes. And he's like, I don't know, a big fan of Samus, and he's like with you throughout the game, saying just the cringiest lines.
And he
Look
won't
up.
shut up.
Yeah, he doesn't shut up.
It's funny, like you said, like the Metroid games are very serious, and they actually always have been, even outside of like some of the cringe from whatever the spin-off was that I can't remember if it was on. I think it was on Switch, like the one before Metroid Dread came out. I think it was some kind. I don't know if you would call it a spin-off because Samus is still the main character in the game, but it's like a little bit different from like a typical Metroid game. But especially the Metroid Prime series, which started on the GameCube. And then Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii, and now Metroid Prime 4 finally coming out for Switch 2, coming out December 4th. But yeah, this is insane. Like, this character is so obnoxious and annoying. It just feels, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, myself included, but this feels like that very cringy millennial writing. That's like, it's not like millennial writing, but it's like millennial targeted humor,
Yeah.
where this guy is just really awkward and like quirky and set, like Steven said, like the cringiest stuff, as the cringiest lines of dialogue, where traditionally Metroid, especially the Metroid Prime games, have been all about isolation, like Samus being stranded or stuck, or like completely on her own, left to like figure out how to like get her all of her upgrades and her suit and gadgets and everything back, to get back to full power. And then you have this guy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the pilot from Halo Infinite, except you didn't have to see that guy too much. But yeah, he's called the Engineer. He has a name, Miles something.
Miles
And he is
McKenzie or something.
yeah, and he is just insufferable. Like, is that the word you said earlier? Because that's
so.
exactly what this guy
Yeah.
is. He's so annoying.
It's bad, dude. I mean, just imagine, I don't know, waiting 8 years for.
Yeah. A follow up to Metroid Prime 3.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 3 was amazing. And there's been other Metroid games since then. Oh, Brooks, thank you in the chat. Other M was the game that I was thinking of that came out on the Wii, which had a lot more. I think Samus had a lot of dialogue in the game, and it wasn't received like super well. But after that, like since then, you've had Metroid Dread, which was received very well, and because kind of went back to more the classic style of Metroid, which is really cool, I thought. But always loved Metroid Prime. The only Metroid Prime game that I didn't actually play much of was the second one, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. But I loved Metroid Prime, and Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii was like, at the time, it was one of the best feeling shooters that I had ever played, and it was because of how good the motion controls on the Wii were back then, and I loved that game. And I was looking forward to a Metroid Prime sequel, like basically since then. And when the Wii U came out and we got nothing, I was like, okay, whatever. And then the Switch came out and they were like, yeah, Metroid Prime 4. I was like, okay, great. I'm going to get a Switch when that game comes out because I'm not going to miss it. And yeah, 8 years after that, I mean, finally, right? But aside from some other design choices, which I saw, like people are worried about the open world section, like how empty it looks. And Samus has this bike that she can ride like throughout that area. I don't know if it's like a section of the game or a specific level or whatever. But I guess there's a couple of things to kind of worry about with this. And I think it's just about too late for them to make that kind of change. The game supposedly ships December 4th. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's not too bad.
And no, I mean, no surprise it's a Nintendo game, but it looks like an Xbox 360 game, dude. Like, it just... Oh my... It's bad. It's bad, dude.
I did hear that the performance of the game was really good. Like, there's a 60 frames per second mode and 120 frames per second mode. If you are in... is it docked, which is, like, better, or is it handheld that's supposed to be better for the Switch?
Probably docked.
Okay. Is that where in docked you can on Switch 2, I think you can do 4K, right? Or something like that. So yeah, I think in handheld mode you can do 60 frames per second, which is great, which is really good. And in docked, you can get up to 120 FPS, which is awesome. So at least there's that. Outside of what you think the graphics look like, at least the performance is there from what I've seen. And now that the preview embargo is up, I don't think reviews can come out probably till like a lot closer to the actual game release. But you can see a lot of footage of this game right now.
There's some right there, dude. Check out that dirt and those textures.
It's a little off.
Pudding.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, have fun,
I hope
guys.
it's great. I won't be playing it for a long time because I don't plan on getting a Switch 2 anytime soon, but I do hope it's a great game. I love the Metroid series. I think it's so cool, especially the Metroid Prime games, which have all been, that first-person shooter style, which was a big change from the original games. But yeah, I hope it's really cool. I would love to watch like a long play of this game if I'm not able to play it myself. But yeah, a couple of things got us worried.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much of the game that guy's in and how much he affects it, and if they'll try to course correct at all after the pushback they're getting, feedback.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, definitely a lot of backlash for mostly for like this character specifically.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like we haven't seen anything about that character until very recently, because I think those clips that showed him have only been out of embargo very, very recently. So
Good luck.
I don't know what all that's about, but yeah, good luck.
Best of luck to you. All right, quick break.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, we're taking a break. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Sheesh. Wrap it up.
Whoops. Oh yeah. Excuse me.
Disgusting. Dude.
I was gonna say something about the Mario movie when you mentioned that, because that trailer just came out, didn't it?
We didn't talk about it. It's a Mario
Mario
Galaxy trailer.
Yeah, I meant to mention it. I was gonna bring it up when we were talking about the Legend of Zelda movie. I forgot. It slipped past me.
Don't
but
ever let that happen.
oh well.
Again.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about it briefly when we come back. I don't have a ton to say about it. Would you like to?
Maybe just for
like
maybe just for a minute.
Okay,
just for
60
1
seconds.
minute.
Here we go. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Austin really wanted to apologize to you guys, and he just screwed up big time, dude.
Guys.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
Guys, good. I'm so sorry. Anyways, first of all, I know that I messed up, and I'm so sorry, and I wish I could take it back. I promise to be the best version of myself going forwards, and I hope you can continue to walk with me through this journey of bettering myself. I forgot to mention the Mario movie 2 trailer when we were talking about the Legend of Zelda trailer.
Your fault.
Anyways, we were talking about earlier before the break, we were talking about the Legend of Zelda trailer. And it's
Images.
funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, excuse me.
Another,
me.
please
Images.
apologize.
Guys, continue to bear with me during this transitioning. But yeah, I think something you said before the break was like all these movies that we wanted back in the day, and we're just now getting them, but all at once. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the Mario movie is like part of that category.
Yeah.
The Mario movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie from Illumination, it is what it is. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, visually, it's so incredible. Has a really good soundtrack too. Way too many licensed tracks for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think most people would agree with that. There's so much good music from the Mario games. But anyways, yeah, we also just recently got a trailer for like an actual trailer, not just a little teaser for the Mario movie 2. Is that the title? It's it looks like a Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Okay.
I was gonna say I think maybe it's just a symptom of what we were talking about, of how original movies just aren't doing what they used to. So now all these companies are like, we gotta have a franchise, basically, and they're using the nostalgia we have for, like, now, who is it? Is it New Line Cinema or whoever owns Lord of the Rings? Now they're like, we got to make Lord of the Rings movies again. I guess Warner Brothers.
Oh, is it Warner Brothers? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we got to make Lord of the Rings movies again, and we're like, bro, it's been freaking 20 years, and now they're like, just like all these, none of the new movies are working, so all these nostalgic sequels, whatever's, are coming out now, and we're just getting like flooded with live action remakes or video game adaptations or this and that.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway,
yeah, actually, you're okay. This is a movie I know for a fact. We saw this together. Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim.
Yes, we did.
That had the New Line Cinema thing at the beginning, because I remember thinking, "Wow, it's been forever since I've seen this in theaters." But I don't know if like Warner Brothers is over that, or if they like technically own the rights or whatever for Lord of the
Tolkien
Rings.
rights are especially hard to keep up with.
Yeah, certainly. But yeah, going back to the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy 2 official movie of the game of the year trailer. I mean, it looks good. It looks kind of about like the first one, like you would expect. Visually, again, incredible looking. A lot of stuff obviously pulled from the Mario Galaxy games, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Some of the best 3D platformers ever made. Some of the best Wii games ever made. Some of the best games from that generation, in my opinion, ever made. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Like how in those games, like every level essentially is its own planet, and every like world is like a galaxy of these different planets, or however they call it in the games. Like they call them like puzzle plank galaxy, and you go and it's like a few planets like you can jump between or whatever, however that goes. It really looks great in that aspect. There's a lot of like kid humor here, like the very predictable illumination comedic timing, where it's like, he's not standing right behind me, is he? That type of thing. Like it's just really basic stuff. But
yeah, that was
that
was my thing with the first movie. Was like 90% of the jokes were the most just basic, dated. Like when Peach is there with Mario and one of the Toads is like, "Who's that?" And she's like, "He is not important." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what are you, Miles McKenzie from Metroid Prime 4, dude?" And like them being like, "We can't take them. We're adorable." I'm like, bro.
Yeah, this
Not
stuff
funny.
is like, I'm sure it makes kids laugh, but like the joke. If you think about like, go back and watch Toy Story 2. Like,
or the Lego movie, dude. Oh, the Lego movie had me
Lord,
cracking up in theaters, dude. It was kind of a trendsetter because then every movie after that was trying that type of humor, and it didn't always work. But that's what I was hoping for with the first Mario movie, was like how much I loved the Lego movie and how it was like nostalgia and actually like great writing. And the Mario movie was like fun to watch, but like breakneck pacing. Not very witty writing, odd casting, IMHO. Yeah, great to look at, great to throw on the TV, and the kids love it.
Nice.
I will say, like, this bit at the beginning of this trailer with Bowser kind of made me chuckle, especially when he slams his tail in the door at the end. Here I am saying about like dumb humor, and I'm laughing at this slapstick thing. But
the most predictable joke out of the entire trailer is what made you laugh. But yeah, I think Brooks said this in the chat, but mild take Jack Black will be the best part of the second one as well. Maybe, probably, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't love that casting choice at first. I feel like now I've kind of like, yeah, I mean, it does make sense for him to play that, but for me it's just like, oh man, he's already Poe. Jack Black is, unfortunately kind of become like a Pedro or a Chris Pratt or
Chris
like
Pratt.
yeah. At one
Mario.
point, he was like, after the Jumanji sequel, I'm retiring from acting. I remember thinking like, whoa, he's quitting, but now he's in Minecraft. He's just in all
Yeah,
these
sure. Yeah.
kid stuff, which is funny because like, his band and some of the earlier stuff is like super
Oh yeah.
not safe for work,
Yeah.
adult, mature stuff, but he's like every
Yeah.
kid's favorite, voice actor. But yeah, I think he did have some funny moments in the first movie, and yeah, I'm sure he'll be great. It looks great visually.
Yeah.
I feel like Galaxy would have been maybe like the last movie is what I would have. If it was like, I feel like maybe they just had to go to this one next because they know how popular it is. We got to hurry up and let's make, just do this one now. And I feel like it would have made more sense to do Mario movie, maybe Sunshine, and then Galaxy.
True.
But they went right for Galaxy, which I feel in the scale of things, I feel like is the biggest option. And they went right out the gate with that one for the second one. But I mean, Odyssey is like different dimensions or whatever, so maybe that'll be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And it has like more human. Are they human characters like in New Donk?
New Donk?
The city New Donk.
I don't know, dude. I don't get that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, I think the movie visually, like we said, it looks really, really good. The same style of humor and writing, it appears, unfortunately. Ooh, we got a little suspended for policy violations on that trailer, unfortunately. But
we did?
yeah.
Oh,
Stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations.
Oh,
We showed too much of the Mario movie.
Oh man,
Trailer.
Gilder.
Guild.
Sick. Okay. Well, the podcast must go on.
Apparently.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks fine. It'll probably be about like the first one, I would guess.
Yeah. All right. Is that the end?
Wrap it up?
Wrap
I think
it
so.
up. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to check us out at movigapodcast.com. Every link you'll ever need is there. Hop on our Discord, be a part of the conversation. Follow us on social media at Moviga Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all them places. Audio goes live every Friday. Give us a like, share us with your friends. We'd love for you to join us live when the stream is not being cut short. Join us live every Moviga Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hop in chat. Shout out to chat right now. Yeah, we'd love to have you. Austin, it's been real.
Likewise.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
sir.
for having me.
Everyone, thanks for listening. Shout out to Lee. Appreciate you. Love you.
Thanks, Lee.
Love you all. Have a great week. Sheesh.
God dang.
Nobody know that.
Yeah, Brooks said the stream is down. So,
Bummer, dude.
oh well. Dude, frick the YouTube bots and whatever that is.
Is it-
about.
Is it
I think it's-
Nintendo?
Yeah, I'm sure it is Nintendo.
Because we're discussing it.
I mean, they're just their AI bots are like hearing the audio or they're tracking the video and they're flagging it as copyright. That's what's was the audio up
No.
like during the podcast? Okay, so it's the video then. Yeah, it's the video.
Interesting. Maybe I can dispute it. I don't know. Behind the scenes, if this ends up somehow available.
Yeah, I guess not. I stopped my recording because there's we said goodbye. But yeah, apparently we're not live right now, according to Brooks.
I mean, Josh was chatting. I don't know. Maybe chat's still going. Who knows?
Oh, we're back. We're there.
We back. We back. Well, we are back. Hello. What's up, guys? Well, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Sorry we got lost for a minute. I guess Nintendo didn't like us showing the trailer and reacting to it. So, don't see it, guys.
Yeah,
we just
don't support this.
Yeah, don't support it. You just lost all of our viewers, Nintendo. I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
You screwed up big time, bro. But okay.
All 47 subscribers.
Oh, sheesh. All right. That's gonna wrap it up. Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great week. Later.